Hi everyone, this is audap. Boy, let's try this again. Let's check out Alisia Dragoon on the Mega Drive or the Sega Genesis, if that's what you remember the system as. I'm not a typical game collector. I only collect games that I like. So I don't have like stacks of cartridges of games that I never thought were interesting, or buy them just because they're worth as much because they had low print, because they weren't any good. But this is one of those games which, for some reason, didn't find its audience. Um, and even with it being a good game, low print volumes and low sales. But it's been a bit of a cult classic, and you see it mentioned here every once in a while. But I thought I'd check it out now that I have a Mega SG. I'm going to make use of those cartridges since my Genesis 3 died. Alright, what do I got here? I just got... that's right, that's it. Boy, not much to it. Once again, the Silver Star fell from the sky, unleashing evil and destruction for the second time. The one person who can save the world must seek out this object. Yeah, I think this game, unlike a lot of Mega Drive games, I think it utilized color really well. The Mega Drive isn't my favorite system. In fact, it's my second least favorite system, with my least favorite system being the 3DO. Um, Mainly because I never really thought that this felt like a next-gen system. Its only competition at the time really was the NES, but once the PC Engine came out, the TurboGrafx came out. Well, specifically the PC Engine. This system really felt like it wasn't capable. I think what really hurt this system for me was the very limited color palette. It had a really great processor, it had a good sound chip, but with its 16 colors available on screen, it was nowhere. The game looked nowhere near as good as the PC Engine and later on the Super Nintendo. But this is one of those games where I think the color palettes, it's very well done. You don't really notice the fact that it would be a lower color game, because they are so stylized. And they just took advantage of the colors instead of trying to, give you shades of colors which you can tell just weren't appropriate, or too dark or too bright. Later Mega Drive games, they just had this terrible color palette that looked really washed out. Some of that was a stylistic choice, but I think in general, later development kits that Sega provided, and development houses that made games in Sega's later life, they just all had this real murky look to them. And terrible sound. Like, this is one of the few games that has a really good soundtrack and utilizes the sound channels well, and the FM sound really good. But yeah, that wasn't. It certainly wasn't true in some of the later games. I mean, if you listen to something like the X-Men games, or like Vector Man, I mean that game sounds like trash, certainly compared to this. But they are also using like a much later development kit for primarily kind of made for the North American and European development houses, and the sound banks available in that kit were not good, but they were easy to implement. So you found a lot of later generation Genesis games actually looking and sounding worse than earlier gen games. one of those games that you have to creep along slowly because they'll spawn enemies right on top of you, like that. Giving you El Cheapo death. This game's also, it's like a little bit on the shorter side. I mean, we consider it short now, but during the time that it was released, it was kind of the standard length for an action game. But it also is a game where you really only start with one life, and that's kind of all you get. You can earn additional lives if you happen to find them. But you're really supposed to take this game in one shot. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. It's been, you know, a while since I played this game. I want to say 10 years at least, maybe 14, somewhere around there. But you know, I like the game enough to keep it. And you know, my Genesis library is definitely the smallest library I have of all the classic systems. You know, the 16, you know, the 8, 16, 32-bit era. You have done well to come so far. But you are too late. Our leader has returned to us. You have seen what power we possess. Do you dare to challenge us? Travel to our palace, if you think you can survive the journey. Yeah, I'm also one of those people that doesn't care about the purity of the old systems. I don't have that weird nostalgia about playing games on original hardware, which is why I'm perfectly fine playing on a Mega SG and, you know, turning on some filters to kind of help the look of the system. You know, playing on an old CRT with old hardware, you know, something that's like a 32-inch TV. You know, I had a really nice Panasonic back in the day. It looked fantastic for its time, but, you know, that 32-inch TV was like 325 pounds, 35 pounds. It was a heavy-ass TV. And then, you know, like any CRT or any TV period, you know, that picture fades over time. So, you know, to get that pristine look on a CRT, it's rather difficult to find a CRT nowadays that still has that pristine look. Especially if it's been well used. You know, you might get lucky here and there at a flea market, but in general, it's you know, even though that technology had some pluses, you know, the interlay signal was very, very quick. It also had some minuses in that pictures tended to be blurry. Progressive scan CRTs were incredibly expensive, or you'd have to buy a plasma, and then you'd sort of suffer some of that blurriness of the plasma TV. Yeah, old display technology I'm not actually that fond of. I'm more than happy to continue to use this newer display technology. I think it's better. So having a system that bears that in mind, and lets you play your old classic games, or if you know, are new into the classic game genre, you know, gives you a way to at least play them and enjoy them on your TV, on your current setup, with, you know, potentially more comfortable controls. Let's get my dragon. So this game is not a game that you play quickly. There's lots and lots of cheap hits that you take. Okay, this game loves to screw you. Ah, I forgot about that one. Damn it. Piece of crap. Nobody said Alisia Dragoon was fair. Most of these older games were not fair. They did everything they could to completely screw you. Yeah, I will say that these 8-bit 2 controllers, they're really comfy. They do mimic the design of the original 6-button controller. You know, I don't think a lot of people realize that the Mega Drive controller, the original Genesis controller from Japan, that was a much better controller than we got in the States. You know, the controller from the States was made from different materials, and it felt mushy. The D-pad was mushy, and the buttons were mushy, which is something that was not true of the Mega Drive. I think it's also the reason why I wasn't all that fond of the Genesis when it came out. It just didn't feel right, at least in my eyes. But the 6-button controller they did a good job with, mainly because they didn't try to change it like like they did with the dragon. Just gonna use the fireball. Dragon killed. That's right, it's so cheap, this game. The enemy can hurt you as it's dying. It's like you have a very limited number of lives, so it's not like... It's not like you have a lot of chances to do something. And if you're not regularly finding those 1-ups, then this is it, you know, you get your one shot. And you can see it sticks you in plenty of situations where it just, like, completely screws you. I know, her jumping's not all that responsive. She takes just a bit of a hop there. Just take a bit of a knee before she can jump again, so, like, quick jumping is not a thing in this game. This solo. Just gonna get those guys killed. Careful now. Yeah, damn green goblins. Get out of here. Belong with Spider-Man. Ah, damn it. Ugh. Ah, that's far away. Oh, my dragon. So tough. Unrelenting game. So annoying, it gets me. Oh, just gotta be patient with this one. Ah, damn it. He's only weak when he's opening his mouth. Not like a lot of people I know. Myself included. I know, no boss meter. Your guess is as good as mine. Where's he gonna die? Eh. Damn it. Stupid little frog. No! Close one. No, no! Oh, damn it. Oh, yeah, piece of light. Oh, damn stalker. No, he's no. Jerk. Oh my goodness. Another thing I wish the Mega SG had was save states. No save state seems like a really strange thing to omit. Even if you wanted to replicate the the hardware 100%, which is what they're going for. They're going for 100% accuracy. It's okay to add a little modern convenience to it. I mean, you're adding HDMI, so. No, no kill eye. It's all over the place. Ugh. I didn't see what hit me. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Yeah, take a lot of damage. This dragon's way more useful than this one. Already took too much damage. Ah, damn it. Ah. Oh, game's so rough. But why don't we stop it there? I think I obviously need to practice more. This is audap. I'm watching Alisia Dragoon on the Mega Drive, or Sega Genesis, as most people would know it in the States. Yeah, again, I feel that this is a overlooked gem. It's a really fun game. It's well designed for the Genesis, especially. It has a really good sound to it. You know, it plays really well, and it's appropriately challenging. You know, not to the point where it's throwing your controller around, but certainly enough so that you'll have to play through it a couple times in order to master it. Yeah, I'm not sure why this game hasn't appeared in any sort of collections. You know, Game Arts being in the state of it is, you know, who knows where the rights for this belongs. But I'd certainly like to see some sort of some sort of revival of the game in some form or fashion. It's pretty unique the way it plays, and it's a shame that it's kind of lost throughout history without as much appreciation as it really deserves. But check it out if you can find the cartridge, or if you get an Omega SG and you want to go the ROM route. I certainly think this game deserves to be played. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.